Let's speak to the Deputy General Secretary of the NPP, Haruna Mohammed, on this development. Thank you for joining us, sir.
Thank you.
How's the party taking the decision by the courts to hold the Akwatia MP in contempt?
First, Premos, I say good evening to your charity US and yourself. Fortunately, I was in court myself with the legal counsel led by the Director of Legal Affairs for the New Patriotic Party, lawyer Gary Nimaku Mafo. I believe that the lawyers for the NPP representing the Honorable Member of Parliament for the good people of Akwatia, NS Kumi, will be looking at the decision that has been taken by the judge today. In fact, many people are not witness to what happened in court today. Your reporter, who was in court, must have told you that the judge insisted not to listen and even admit the lawyer Gary Nimaku in court. It was so disrespectful. It was so disgusting. People say that there is always issues of unlawful behavior, but sometimes some of these things also are found in the law court. He was not heard. He was not listened to. He was not admitted. And it was said by the judge, not by observation, that I will not admit you, I will not recognize you, I will not listen to you. But it's very unfortunate. I believe that the legal counsel has taken certain processes, and at the right time, we will make commentary on this particular judgment.
Mr. Haruna, the NDC say that the judge says he would not recognize the lawyer for the NPP guy.
Yes, that's what he said, that he will not recognize him. And I am not a lawyer, but there is no any provision in the law that the judge should state clearly in open court that I won't recognize a lawyer. There are legal processes that have been filed in terms of this particular case, of which I don't have the liberty to continue to discuss this matter until I receive legal briefing from Gary Nimaku in a very short while, where we will have to make very serious arguments on this particular matter. But I was very surprised sitting in court where a case is called. That was the third case that was called in court. Then when the case was called, you know, the lawyers will rise and then mention the representation for the plaintiffs and then the defendants. So he rose, and then the judge says that he is not going to recognize him. He was surprised. Then he asked the judge. He didn't have a reason. Then he tried to point to the judge in respect of filings or documents that have been filed before court and the case number. The judge first of all mentioned that there was no any response to that particular case, or we did not file an appearance.
What do you think the motive of the judge was?
Gary stated clearly and indicated the document that was filed. We even went to the registry, and this was confirmed. He himself admitted in open court that, yes, that is actually the case he's referring to. Right. But he said he will not hear him. So this, I don't know what kind of justice that we're looking at. But we are law-abiding citizens of this country. We will never lampoon, we will never insult the justice system in this country. We have legal processes that we have to follow. And at the appropriate time, our lawyer, through the NPP, will speak on this particular matter.
Mr. Haruna, what do you think the motive of the judge was?
I think that the judge had already predetermined, he had already prepared his mind to read his own judgment. Remember in the first, when they moved the motion for the contempt, there was no representation in court. So immediately he denied the lawyer Gary Nimaku that he is not going to recognize him. He just turned his laptop and started reading the judgment. So it means that the judge has already prepared his mind to read his judgment.
Right.
I was sitting in court. I'm not getting a hearsay. I was sitting in court. I witnessed every single event that has happened in court.
Mr. Haruna, for some observers, this is a straightforward issue, as it was clear that the MP elected did not go by the directives of the court. What are your views on this?
You see, it depends upon the angle in which you are looking at it. And that is why I'm saying that I am not going to enter into the substantive matter. But if you look at the CI 127 and you look at how elections are being contested in court, and the premise in which the judge proceeded to even have an ex-party hearing without reference to the MP elect, and also giving the injunction against the MP. Virtually, no judge in this country will rely on a newspaper report to be able to ascertain a declaration of somebody or a gazette of somebody on a newspaper declaration. Why? Because the gazette has to be. There must be a gazette, and it is indicated in CI 127, Regulation 43.2. It is there. This matter is there. So we wait. Council will brief us as to the processes that we have to take. So whether there was jurisdiction, it is for us to determine. But we have other cases that are pending in the Supreme Court regarding that particular matter, and I believe that justice will be served.
Wasn't this avoidable, though? You know, some people believe that it was not necessary for the Akwatia MP to have taken the oath at all, as the NPP was not going to push for any voting as was seen in 2021.
The necessity of him going through to get this matter or to get himself being sworn in will depend on the legal argument that will come from counsel. As I said, that we are not going to veer into the discussion of the case, but counsel will brief us on the angle on which we are to go. I have keenly followed this case. I have went to Koforidua together with counsel to sit in court. In some of the cases, the judge had to dodge and said he is not around, and we had to come back without having hearing in court. So for us, we have heard him. He has done what he is legally bound to do, and the legal counsel of the new Patriotic Party, i.e. in representing the Honourable Member of Parliament, would take judicial notice of that and take the appropriate measures to remedy the situation.
Right, Mr. Mohammed, before you go though, have you reached the Akwatia MP since the incident happened, and what has been his reaction to the court's decision?
Today I have not met him, but I think that the Akwatia MP is a law-abiding citizen. He's very free. I don't think that this is a matter that is going to worry him so much. I think that there are many processes that are there. We all know other immunities that are available, and he has other available rooms to apply in terms of this particular matter. And I still maintain that I'm not going to veer into the substance of this particular matter, because we have other processes that we are going to serve, and I believe that the MP should not worry himself at all, and I don't think that he has worried himself in terms of this particular declaration.
All right, Mr. Haruna Mohammed, thank you so much for speaking to us.